Welcome on in, trainers. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you everything you need to know about what's happening in Pokemon Go this week, including a few tips and some raid counters here for you. But let's start off with the Parablast and Shelmet Community Day on Sunday, February 9th. This is a double feature community day for those two bug type Pokemon. There are two other big things to note here. They are both 200 candy evolutions, so pretty pricey, but they're free evolutions if you are able to trade them. Seems we are getting until February 16th at 10 p.m. to do the evolutions for the featured attack. That's an entire week. So no rush there. You can trade a bunch over the week to get free evolution ones and then evolve the best ones that you get. Now, neither is ranking super high in PvP. However, Escavalier is a decent spice pick in the Ultra League. Now, because they're both bug types, which aren't really useful in Pokemon Go, and they both don't level up very high, they're not super useful as raid attackers. Now let's take a look at the bonuses, because there are some good ones for this event. In addition to the regular Community Day bonuses, we will also get 3 times XP for catching Pokemon, 2 times candy for catching Pokemon, and 2 times chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive Candy XL from catching Pokemon. Now, 3 times catch XP is a very good XP bonus. If you're still working your way to level 50 or prepping for level 60, definitely get out there, throw on a lucky egg, work on hitting those excellent throws, and you can rack up a lot of XP very quickly. In terms of the research, there will be the usual field research. This is a great way to hunt Shundos. We'll also continue to get those guaranteed background field research and a paid special research for $2 USD, as well as the special background research is what they're calling it now. This used to be called the continued research. Seems it has a new name, but it lasts for a week after the event, gets you a few more checks and usually another background or 2. So make sure to complete as much of this research as you can for your best chance at getting a Shundo, as well as getting some of those special backgrounds. Next up, we have the beloved Buddies event. This is happening February 11th to the 15th. There's some great Stardust for this event. So let's take a look at the bonuses. We're gonna get 2 times catch XP. Lure modules will last for 1 hour. We'll attract certain Pokemon during this event, including Diglett, Slowpoke, Shelder, Dunsparce, Cutiefly, and Fomantis. And here's the kicker. Catching each one will get you an extra 500 Stardust for 600 total, plus any weather bonuses. That's 900 Stardust with a star piece on. That's huge. Definitely a good event to play if you're looking to grind some Stardust. Now, we will also see these same Pokemon in the wild, plus some additional ones. You will get the bonus Stardust, whether they come from the wild or a lure module. There will also be a shiny boost for this event. As you might notice here, we've got Diglett and Dunsparce, which will have a shiny boost on them. So good to hunt those shinies if you're missing them. Dunsparce is also a pretty good pick in the Great League, so a good one to go after there. Another good one here is the female Nidoran, which evolves into Nidoqueen, which is good in the Ultra League. And then there's also Mantine, which is a great spice pick in the Great League. Now, our debut Pokemon for this event is going to be Delmise. This is going to debut in 3-star raids during the event. It won't be in the wild. There's no shiny available yet, but they should be fairly easy raids to take down if you want to nab at least one of these to fill out the Pokedex. There's also going to be 1-star raids for the event, and there's a shiny boost in here as well, and that is for Skrelp there. Skrelp also evolves into Dragalge, which is good in the Ultra League and Spice in the Great League. So if you're missing that shiny, that's a good 1-star to go after. Remember, we do get 2 daily raid passes for this entire season, so definitely make use of them during this event if you can. Next up is Hoopa Raid Day. This is Hoopa Unbound in raids. It's not going to be elite raids, it is regular raids. In terms of bonuses for the event, we will get Hoopa Unbound taking over all the gyms. We will get those 5 extra daily raid passes for a total of 7, because remember, we have those 2, but if you save one from the day before, that's going to give you 8 for the day for free. And then the remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20 from Friday, February 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific time to Saturday, February 15th at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Now, normally we get a shiny boost for these raid day events, but Hoopa Unbound's shiny has not yet been released, so there is no shiny boost for this one. There will, of course, be the event ticket as well, and that is going to get you 8 more raid passes for a total of 15. Again, 16 if you save the one from the day before. You're going to get an increased chance at Rare Candy XL, 50% more XP from raids, and 2 times Stardust from raids. Those are some pretty good bonuses in my opinion, but of course it's up to you whether that is worth it for the $5 USD. In terms of whether Hoopa Unbound is worth it, it does rank number 3 as a psychic type overall, excluding Megas. As a dark type, it doesn't fare quite as well. It's only ranking number 14 excluding Megas. That is a pretty low ranking for something that's not really a budget Pokemon. So if you need a psychic type or you need it for your decks, definitely a good one to go after. Let's take a look at some of the top counters. You can see the top ones here, including Megas. choose your best mega that you can go with there. And then here are your top counters excluding megas. In terms of GBL, we are going to have the Ultra League and Love Cup Great League Edition until February 11th. Then it's going to switch to Master League and the continued Love Cup Great League Edition until February 18th. Now, if you're looking for help building teams or other PvP advice or just some people to practice against, we do have a PvP section in our Discord, as well as some very knowledgeable people there that are more than happy to help you out with any questions you have. All right, next up, let's check the max battles. Keep in mind, Dynamax Moltres is leaving this Sunday, so head out and get this one before it's gone if you can. It's not super hard. As long as you have some powered up Dynamax Pokemon and a couple trainers with you, you should be able to take it down fairly easily. But to help you out with that, here are some good counters for Dynamax Moltres. If you need a few more, here are the next set of top counters. And of course, it's always good to either have a tank on your team, or if you're working together with other trainers, to have somebody be the tank. So here are the top defenders. Keep in mind, with Overheat and Fire Blast, it will hit pretty hard, but you can always re-roll the moveset by leaving the power spot and then rejoining that same power spot for the max battle. It'll re-roll the moveset. You can do that again until you get something that's a little bit easier to deal with. Now, in terms of the other max battles for the week, here they are. We're gonna have Machop, Cryogonal, although that never seemed to go away, Scorbunny, Squovit, and that one Pokemon from Mario, Phalanx. Now, Machop, Cryogonal, and Scorbunny are some of the most useful ones to go after here. Machop and Scorbunny being the easiest two to take down. Now for our regular weekly events, starting with Max Mondays. These happen every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. We see one Max boss taking over all the power spots for that hour. This week, we're gonna have Squovit. This Pokemon has already been pushed down in terms of its usefulness, but it can be shiny. And if you have nothing else to throw your max particles at on this day, definitely a good one to shiny hunt. Next up is Spotlight Hour. That happens every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Because we have Valentine's Day coming up, we are getting Love Disc with 2 times Catch Stardust. If you need some Stardust or the shiny for Love Disc, definitely hit this event up. In terms of our raid bosses, we have Enamorus until February 17th. Enamorus can't be shiny yet either, but it's only been out once before in Elite Raid. So let's take a look at some of the top counters here. Here's your top counters, including Megas. Mega Diancie is a great option. It is a top 10 counter and is a fellow fairy type. It will also boost your candy gains. And then we've got Mega Gengar as a top 10 and Mega Manectric just squeaking in there as well. So those are some 2 good options too if you want to take a Mega. And then here are the top counters excluding Megas that you can use. Now, Enamorus is the number 2 fairy type raid attacker excluding Megas, and excluding Megas and Shadows, it is actually ranking number 1 right now. So if you need some good fairy type raid attackers, this is definitely a good one to hit up. Enamorus also has some use in the GBL, ranking pretty well in the Master League here in the current meta. Next up, we have one of my favorite Megas and a very useful one in Pokemon Go, that is Mega Tyranitar. It is going to be around until February 17th, just like Enamorus. So let's check out some of the top counters here. Here they are, including Megas. Again, choose your best Mega. Mega T-Tar being dual rock dark type means it takes 256% damage from fighting types. If you have a level 50 Mega Lucario, you can use that to solo Mega T-Tar. Every time it faints, back out, heal it, jump back in super quickly, and you should be able to solo this thing. Here is the set excluding Megas, so you can fill out the rest of your roster. Now, as I said, Tyranitar is a great Mega in Pokemon Go. Very useful. It is the top dark type raid attacker, ranking number 1. The Shadow ranks number 2, and the non-Shadow and non-Mega ranks number 3. Ignore Houndoom, because if you have Mega T-Tar, the Mega Houndoom is pointless. But this thing is dominating the top for dark type raid attackers. It's also very good as a rock type raid attacker, ranking number 2. And the Shadow here is ranking number 2, excluding Megas, so still doing well. And the non-Shadow, non-Mega, ranking number 10, excluding Megas. The only thing here is that you need a Legacy Fast Move Smackdown on it. So best to save some good Larvitars or Pupitars and evolve them during an event where you can get that move that does come around every once in a while. Just keep in mind, you need 300 Mega Energy to Mega Evolve it, and you'll probably want to have at least double of that so that you can have one for your Rock type and your Dark type. So if you can, try and get up to 600 Mega Energy. If you can't hit that this time though, this thing will come back. It does come back fairly frequently, so just get as much as you can. And then on the weekends for February, we're gonna have Shadow Regirock in our legendary Shadow Raids. That will be about from February 3rd to March 2nd, which means that our raid hour for this week, which happens every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m., we are going to get Enamorus. Again, it can't be shiny, but it is a good fairy type raid attacker. So if you need one of those or a couple of those, Definitely a good raid hour to hit up. All right, everybody, that's all the information I have for you in this video. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below or pop on over to our Discord. Lots of knowledgeable people there that can help you out. But right now we have to say a huge thank you to our mythical members, King's Lounge, Body on a Planet, and Kate. Thank you to them for supporting the channel at the mythical level. And of course, all of our members and all of you who come and watch the live streams, whether you lurk or chat, hit that like and subscribe button. All of that stuff is super helpful. I'm very grateful for all of you. I hope you get yourself some nice, shiny Pokemon during this week, and we'll see you in the next one, friends.
I've got something incredibly funky.